Starting off in 1919, the Progressive Education Association was founded. Progressivism in education was the belief that schools should focus on children's interests and practical needs. The teaching styles consisted almost exclusively of teaching out of textbooks, written memorization, the relative isolation of the classroom from the real world, and the classroom discipline was based on fear or physical punishment. Also during this time, state laws provided funds for transporting the children to school.
The Great Depression begins when the stock market crashes in 1929. Public education funds suffer greatly, resulting in schools closing, teachers lay off, and slower salaries. Throughout the 1930s, children from other cultures were forced to adapt to the English classrooms, such as when a child spoke their native language, they would be beaten in front of other school children who were forced to watch. The GI Bill was signed in 1944 that provided millions of veterans with payments and tuition for rooms and boards at colleges, universities, and other special schools.
In 1946, the 79th Congress approves the National School Lunch Act. Just 9 years later, the Progressive Education Association ceased operation due to blame of school deficiencies such as being soft and lacking structure and discipline. In 1954, the Brown v. Board of Education court case leads to Little Rock 9 attempting to integrate into Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Sputnik changed classrooms. Science and science education becomes an important concern for the U.S., resulting in the passing of the National Defense Education Act in 1958, which authorized an increase of funding for science research. After John F. Kennedy was assassinated, Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Immigration Act of 1965, which resulted in a large number of Asian and Latin Americans immigrating to the United States. As a result, Coral Way Elementary School started the first bilingual and bicultural public school in the United States.
In 1964, the Civil Rights Act becomes law. It prohibits discrimination based on race, color, sex, religion, or national origin. As a result, in 1972, the Indian Education Act becomes a law and establishes a comprehensive approach to meeting the unique needs of American Indian and Alaska Native students. Following in 1975, the Education of All Handicapped Children Act becomes a federal law which requires that all public classrooms must be suited for the students' individual needs.
In the case of Plyer v. Doe, the Supreme Court rules that denying access to public education for undocumented children violates the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. On April 20, 1999, 2 Columbine High School students go on a killing spree that leaves 15 dead and 23 wounded in Littleton, Colorado, making it the deadliest shooting at the time.